There are so many mistakes that newbie traders have made over and over again that has actually prevented them from growing their small account. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the top 5 worst mistakes that new beginners do over and over again, which has prevented them to actually grow their Forex or crypto account. So hello guys, welcome to my channel, welcome to Perez Trade. On this channel, I mainly focus on how you and I can actually make money through crypto, Forex, and stock trading. So without taking much of your time, let's get straight into today's video. Let me share with you every single thing that you need to avoid if you really want to grow that small account. Like personally, I also started off with a small account. Like almost every trader out there started with a small account, but then there are some little mistakes that could actually hinder you from growing that account, and those are the mistakes I'm going to share with you in this video from my own experience. So let's get in. So the mistake number one that a lot of beginners keep making that has prevented them from actually growing a Forex account is simply depositing funds that they need for something important. So I know you want to get started with Forex trading. All right, you don't have any other job you are doing out there, and trading is the only thing you want to do. But then one advice I won't give to you is that is depositing that money that is meant for something else. So if you want to get started with trading, you don't have spare funds to actually deposit. One thing I advise you to do is that don't deposit that money you need for something important. Yeah, you will say, okay, Forex is a business, you need the money for something important, but then you want to add more to it before you use it on that thing. The true reality of Forex trading is beyond what you see on social media, that people will tell you that you can deposit this amount and then flip it over in no time. The truth is that as much as you plan to flip it over in no time, the market can also flip you over in no time as well. So one big advice I'll give to you is that if you have money that you need for something very important, something else, I'll advise you don't deposit that money to your trading account, but use that period to actually practice whilst you look for money to actually deposit. Because when you trade with money that was meant for something else, your emotions will actually control you, because you want to make sure that you are not losing that money because the money was meant for something else. So when it comes to trading, the only money that you should use to fund your trading account should be money that you can comfortably lose without having any feelings attached to it. Like for example, the money I fund into my trading account right now, if I should lose it, like I'll be pretty much okay. Why? Because it was a spare fund, not money I needed for something. Not that it's even up to 10% of my total balance or something. It's just money that I don't need for anything that I had there, so I had to fund it into my trading account, and that was how I started my own trading account. So one big thing I always advise you to do is that do not deposit that money you need for something urgent into your trading account and start trading. You will lose the money. No matter the perfect setup you have, the market will liquidate that money to actually teach you a lesson. So that is the first point I have here. Now let's move over to the point number 2. So the point number 2 is simply risking way too much for your account size. So what do I mean by risking too much? When it comes over to trading, I know everybody wants to make money, but if you should make your primary goal the idea of making money from the market, then you're actually going to find yourself losing more than you actually make. When it comes over to trading, and for someone trading a small account who doesn't have much experience yet in the market, one thing I advise you to do is that focus more on the process of building that account rather than the amount of money you want to make from that account. So let's say your small account is $500, and then you go on and risk up to $100 in a single trade. What are you saying to yourself? Meaning if you should lose 5 trades, your whole account is gone, right? And it's possible for a Forex trader to lose 5 trades in a row. Don't make social media videos you see make you think it's impossible for you to lose 5 trades in a row. No matter how good you are, there are days whereby, there are weeks whereby, or even a month that you might not win any trade at all. It's simply how the market is. And I'm speaking from my own personal experience. Personally, I'm that kind of person who will not come and tell you some sweet words. I will tell you the truth of the market. You can lose up to even more than 5 trades in a month. So if you are trading a small account, maybe a $500 account, and then you are risking $100 per trade, with 5 losses alone, you've blown up the full account. But then maybe there's someone else out there who is also trading a $500 account, but that person is rather risking maybe $20 or even less in a single trade. Meaning if that person should lose 5 trades in a row, the person has just lost $100 and still have $400 left to actually still find his way back into the market. So now the only advice I have for you in this point is that when you are using a small account, make sure you risk as less as possible. One thing I advise is that don't risk more than 5% of your total account. Because when you risk more than 5%, you are exposing yourself to too much losses. And more losses as a beginner who hasn't made any profit from the market, it will actually affect your psychology. Like, it will affect you, and then you go on to keep losing and losing. Why? Because you are not trading with greed, because you've lost some money which you need to recover back. So that's simply it about the point number 2 here. Simply don't risk too much for a small account. Someone is risking $100 out there, doesn't mean you should also risk $100. Let's say if I place a trade and I put my stop loss position at $100 position, and then I share the screenshot on my Telegram channel and you see it, that doesn't mean you should also go and risk $100 and then use whether one lot size, 0.5 lot size, 0.9 lot size or something. First of all, ask how much is in my account in total. You don't know if I'm using an account of grams. You don't know if I'm using an account even bigger than $5,000. You don't know the total account balance. So when you see someone give you a trade with high position size, don't follow the person and also go on with the high position size. Or you saw a mentor on YouTube using high position size, doesn't mean you should also go for high position size. First of all, consider your account size and consider why you are coming into the market. So I will always advise you, focus on the process, and that will actually help you grow your small account. Now let's move over to the point number 3. Mistake number 4 most traders make that actually see them not to grow their small account is paying too much attention to what other people are telling them. Like when it comes over to trading, even your family won't give you a good advice towards trading. I'm going to be honest with you, because when you tell them about the market, they are going to always feed you with negative ideas for you to leave the market. Meanwhile, in reality, trading isn't as how they see it. And one thing I'll tell you is that when you're getting started with trading, don't pay too much attention to what people are saying out there. Don't pay too much attention to the videos you watch on YouTube. Even my videos, don't pay too much attention to my advices. If you think the advice is not working for you, don't pay too much attention to it. And don't always tell people what is going on with your trading. And this is one big mistake I've been doing at first. When I was starting off, when I make profit, I'll tell my schoolmates, I'll show my schoolmates, some of them that were close to me, they'll see my chart, they'll say, oh, nice. But the day you make losses, then they feed you with negative ideas, and all of this stuff actually affected me way back when I was actually starting. So if you're someone who's getting started with trading, having a small account, and you want to manage a small account, I'm giving you just keep these 3 things in mind. Don't share your results with anybody. Don't tell anybody you are trading. Keep whatever thing you are getting, whether win or losses, to yourself, and only focus on doing more research and knowing why you lost those trades. So when it comes over to trading, the point number 4 is pretty much short and easy. Simply don't pay too much attention to what people are telling you. Focus on what you are doing that is working. Keep it to yourself until you find a fit. Show them the evidence that you've gotten what you wanted and not what they were expecting you to get from the market. So that's simply it about the point number 4 here. Is simply when you are trading, don't pay too much attention to other things out there. Focus on what is working for you. Like the 5th point here is simply have a clear trading plan. So what do I mean by having a clear trading plan? What that simply means that just like every business out there, just like every other thing you do, before you do it, you have your plans, you have what you are going to do. So when you get on there, you know what you are doing. Like if you are someone who won't play video games, before you start playing, when you immediately start a game, you know that you have your tactics, you have what you do, and you follow them always to make sure that you always find yourself on a good side of the game. Just like every business out there, I'm just using game because most of us are actually gamers. So just like everything you do out there, you have a clear plan that you follow to actually get to where you are going. So when it comes over to trading, you also need to implement this. When you have a clear trading plan that you have to follow to get to your trading goals, our advice, you only focus on those plans. If nothing comes into those plan area, don't trade. Like for me here now, if I do my analytics and then the market doesn't get to my entry point, and I see the market, maybe I wanted to place a buy order, but I wanted the market to pull back to a nearest key level before I place a buy order, but the market is not pulling back, I don't get in. The reason why I don't get in is that point of pullback might be where I will use as stop loss, and when the market eventually pull back to it, meaning I will get liquidated because I have a fixed amount that I have to lose in every trade. And whenever I'm taking a trade, I make sure that amount matches my stop loss position. So that is the simple reason why I don't drop much signals on my Telegram channel. I only drop signals when I get my short opportunities. So I also advise you create a trading plan, because when you have a clear trading plan, it will help you easily find an edge in the market. So that already said, hello guys, hope you find this video helpful. Just follow these rules. You are going to grow that small account. Remember, no one started off with $1 million in their account. Everyone started off trading just like every other big business out there today. They started with small accounts or nothing. Personally, speaking from my own experience, I started with very small account because I didn't want anyone to be suggesting what I do with my life. So I refused to ask anyone for funds. So I had to go look for funds myself, and looking for funds myself, I wasn't doing any high paying job. I was just in college then. So that simply means one thing. not much money I have to save up to start my trading or do any other side hustle jobs to start my trading. So I also started with a small account like the way I'm starting right now. So just implement these rules, and I'm wishing you all the best in your trading.